I, me, I, me. I have problems and issues I wish I could give you because I don't want them. Either or, if it was you, it's cool, but when it's me, it's a problem. I'm running up those what seem to be never-ending steps to the gates while tunneling my vision from all naysayers and those that hate or attempt to edify through encouraging lies, saying to see my potential and have me questioning how strong am I. But first slip up that causes me to trip down a few steps, regardless of how hard I tried, to them it seems I gave up and left. I'm running up flights on this narrow staircase with barrels tumbling down, with Satan's walls closing in on my elbows, leaving no room to get around. I try to hurdle over them, but at these abrupt staircase angles, every time I come back down for a landing, I keep spraining my ankles, limping as I keep being pushed towards perfection. Upset, I flip the mirror to show them their reflection, but they just see tough love, so continue to neglect it, because if they can do it, I can do it. But I'm not them, I am me. Blinded by their vision, they just can't see. I want to be left alone, please just leave me be. Yeah, I'll pray to God as soon as I find something I need. I, me. Mom's had 3 jobs and 3 kids, but only time for 2 sons, the oldest and youngest, so I, being the middle and the one left with the none. Stepdad didn't like me, which I was told was likely due to the love I had for my uncle and auntie that didn't like him. However, it remains a rumor as it has no proof, but I am grounded for life because it's his house and I'm under his roof, which gives me plenty of time to not understand which rule I broke, because I wasn't home when my brother sat at the table in the living room as he gets to laugh and joke and have his milk and snack while I'm told to get back in bed before I'm told to choose a belt or get smacked. But don't get it confused, I wasn't physically abused, I just try to make the sense when my mother says, "You're not being kicked out, I just feel you'd be better off in your grandmother's house." Great. A lady who barely speaks English. I have no patience for Spanish. Could you just imagine the conversation? I guess, welcome to the 50th step on how to damage a mother-son relation. So, while I twiddle my thumbs waiting for her to visit, 6 months goes by, I guess she's just busy. Then another 4 before I realize I'm on my own. Just never thought I'd rather be back in a broken home than a lonely home. Left, fending for myself to get what I need, so tell me, how can I pray when I struggle to eat? I, me. Too young to be concerned or care to be warned. Beware, your father will leave shortly after you're born. I win most fights in my mind when I wish he had stayed, because I can keep him off my mind, I just can't keep him off my face. The abusive, drug-crazed stories I'm told about him contradicting the letter he sent to me from prison. But Daddy left to sell coke, so there's really nothing from him I can learn, except if I'm going to make it through, there's money needed to be earned. But my sense of right and wrong is pretty good, so I got a car wash job that's a 2-hour bus ride out of the hood. Had school in the morning till 2:30 with a 3-hour break for 4 more hours of night school to walk home late. And on the weekends, out the house by 6 a.m. to be at work by 8, to get out 12 hours later and be home by 10. So no time for family and no time for friends, because after that second text message, I'd have to clock in again. See, I made sure to get my hours to keep me from doing dirt, so no, I don't have time to pray when I have to work. I, me. I don't have many friends, because why bother dealing with people who will just cause problems and lies? So many hours out and about to figure out it's a waste of my time. My own family left me hanging, so what sense does it make that someone claiming to be a friend will be there in the end? I'd rather put on a fake smile while they scheme and plot to put a stop to this relation, then drop them the second that jogging turns into hating. And as for relationships, I wasn't raised around hugs, so I never stayed with a girl long enough to claim I've been in love. My longest relationship was on and off in only 3 months with a girl who actually brought me to church. Still, 3 months isn't long enough for me to be hurt, and at the same time, my heart was pretty empty then, but ironically, the supposed church girl is now a lesbian. So I became your average Joe, flashing hard on dough, attracting those slightly less smart enough to understand that the lack of interest in this conversation is to speed up the process of this one-night stand. But truth is, there's no denying I'm lying, though I say I don't like being touched. Sometimes it would be nice to be hugged, but why bother praying when God hasn't sent anyone for me to love? I, me. Everyone I know became everyone I knew. They all tried staying in the streets when they should have went through. Even as a kid, every time I think about it, my face will twitch as my friend's blood gushes and splatters on my lips. From a late night drive-by for no reason, just because they can, probably some kid in the game proving to his crew he's a man. That's just life, because statistics say that most poverty kids will die at an early age. So Uncle Jimmy got taken by full-blown AIDS, and both Uncle Bobby and Uncle Hector OD'd purposely. And the only auntie willing to pick up the slack with no one loving me decided her life was in her hands, so grabbed the gun without ever saying goodbye, put it to her head on Easter night, and committed suicide. And though she has 2 kids, I never knew if I'd been selfish because she left me behind. And I sometimes wonder if it would be worth going to hell so I can see her one last time. It's a constant struggle just to miss her, so please forgive me if I don't say Happy Easter. At this point, I'm sure there's no guessing, but tell me, how am I supposed to pray when there's no one left to send blessings? I, me, me, I, me, me, I, me, always alone. So I guess it's best to fall into statistics stating I'm prone to do drugs to the point where I trade food for a fix and starve myself to the bones when not even God himself would want to use me for an army and stretch skin and muscles on my body. I smoked away 2 years of my education, while starving kids in third world countries and nations would give up their limbs for the opportunity to learn. But why should I care? I'm high in the sky flying with worms, so I lie a useless mind and inanimate. But it's cool because the kids at school say this is the way to shine, as if I were coated in laminate. So now my heart's vision is obscured by a high gloss glare where the devil uses this moment of blur to send line false care through meaningless music, flip-flopping the identity of hip-hop into a portrayal of idolizing the lesser of materialism, justifies all acts of criminalism. And make sure you start young, that way you can be an OG by the time that you're 20. So if you whip games proper, make sure it has a kill switch and an alarm, because them coppers can't do nothing after we leave your front yard. Them chop shops pay plenty of cheese, so that's an unlimited supply of Hennessy and weed. But don't think harshly, I don't underachieve. It barely took a month for me to get my GED. So don't ever say I haven't tried, but then again, I guess, how can I pray when my mind is fried? I, me. But all nonsense aside, never in a million years would I even fathom to say, I hear a man tell me he has a message regarding the progress of my journey up the staircase to heaven. No holds bars, he stares into my eyes hard, penetrating all the barriers I built to hide my scars, just to have me bow my head because the back of my neck gives him a better view of my heart, and praise. No idea how to translate his gibber, but that my heart drops and I start to shiver. He says amen, then looks into my eyes and says, my brother, I see you shut down your heart from all others and find yourself lost. You've created an idea of who God is, but I tell you it's false. At some point or another, you landed in a church with people who want to help, but you lurch from their grip because you can't grasp that they, as God's children, allowing his love to reign over them, shall they always feel your pain. I tell you, I know it's hard when you're lost from all that is known. Alone in this world can leave its mental scars, but I promise God will find you a home right where you are. You're lured by false concepts of being a failure because you focus on what you want instead of what you need. And it's Jesus you must seek. You were born to succeed. You just barely have to try. It is for this reason that he died. You have the new tools you need to get by. A set of schools you can't lose just to make sure you use it. If it's nonsense you hear, stop listening to that music. We're all similar though, we're all similar through our differences, so don't concern yourself on what different is. Allow God to work into your life and sculpt you and your future wife to mold you into the perfect image of a blessed God-given marriage. It's going to take more than your charisma and swagger to grab her attention if God hasn't told her, so sit back and relax before you end up with a baby in a carriage. I understand that the anger of your lost family and friends burns deep into your mind to the extent of an implosion of questions on the worth of your faith, causing aggression towards your brothers in hate, blocking the right path God has chosen for your direction. You just stray towards an alley full of drug dealers that tell you to buy a substance, creating an imaginary way only to lead you on a fast track to hell. My brother, where are you going? You can build a dam around your heart, but you can't stop God's love from flowing. I promise it's non-fictional. It'll just flow over the top or seep through the cracks. It's unconditional. It's not just about you. We've been there too. It's not you. It's he, she, and we. It's we who struggle. It's we who are lost. It's we who hustle. We who feel. We who died. We who healed. We who are homeless. We who are worthless. We who are kings. We who are queens. We who are peasants. We who are pleasant. We are the present. We are the past. We are the future. We do not last. We without parents. We with children. We are caring. We will win. We will lose. We are alone. We have too many friends. We create new beginnings just to have the same end. We smile. We frown. We laugh. We get around. We cry. We high five. We give daps. We're strapped. We're bad. We're good. We're preps. We're hood. We think. We draw. We write. We're wrong. We rise, we fall, we're addicts, we're cured, we're back at it, we zig our zags, such and such. We have a little, we have too much, we want more, we are poor, we want anything, we have nothing, we are nothing. You are part of that we, my brother, and with Christ, we have everything. With Christ, we have everything.